Yeah, back to Gothic being a crashing bitch again. But I want to check the earlier passages. They don't lead to really anywhere they should be easy to go through. Way. Okay, lakes of fire seem to be the theme here. Orcs and lakes of fire. Yeah, this well. What else options do we have? Just pick a direction and go, I suppose. We can't go there, another. Okay. That happened. Ah, we've been here. Place where we crashed previously. Wondering what this place is. Yeah, we're back at the start. Ring of Greater Invincibility. We have two of those. We have a permanent boost potion there too. Come on. Yeah, now we can see the rings and medallions. This is because of my effort to try to fix the one error that we were sort of constantly meeting. It fixed a lot of other things too. Basically better protection against fire and magic. Otherwise it's the exact same ring we already had. We have 11% resistance against magic. Okay, let's see what's there. The first place clearly had a DS. I want to go check it out. Sort of an island in the middle of the lake of fire. Some kind of altar there. It's definitely the same place. So what's the deal with these then? I can't do anything with it. Now I can. Try not to die! Yeah. I think we're supposed to arrive there, but it's basically faster than we can survive. And I hate that we lose the lights for every stinking time I have to load the game. That's not preserve effects. Maybe it's some kind of protection scheme against some certain type of abuse. I don't know. I'm just really ready to end this. I don't mean the game, I mean the people. Because this is one of those... I can't... There's nothing particularly interesting happening here. It hasn't happened for a long time. It's just a gigantic gauntlet you have to endure, or you can get to something interesting. Yeah, I probably can't have my weapon ready. This is a... yeah, it's probably a call for the elevator. Strap. Door open somewhere. Ah, it's one of these porticles. I'm guessing it's the game's way to make really sure that the retarded player does his job here. We spawned a shit ton of demons. Well, demons aren't that bad. I think we opened up more of these. Hello. Where the fuck are you coming? made some progress. No, I think this is yeah, this doesn't work like this. One-way street on this end, maybe. Not that it matters too much anyway. There is the other room here. Similar fiery things waiting for us. Don't drop. I feel like these type of massive levels should have more clearly defined goals and sort of understanding of the basic structure of what you're getting into. So you don't have to kill every single guy you find there, or basically stumble around in the dark, because you just don't know what you're supposed to do, so you sort of try to do everything. Too dark. Too dark game. No eggs that we have no real use for. Potions. Something. Potion. I'm sure they're all incredibly useful. That reminds me, potions. Strength +3. Oh, that alone is very useful. 3 extra points of damage, probably. Wonder if we... Yeah, stuck buttons again. I wonder if we're going to have a chance to get a heavy armor. Even heavier than what we have. I doubt it. Naturally, we are missing the most vital part of any armor, the helmet. So, probably. Maybe something plot relevant. Holy shit. Day 23. I've lost all sense of time. I suppose it must have been about 23 days ago that the orcs caught us and forced us to work. Work is hard and the bastards know no mercy. If you're weak, you're dead. I want out of here, I don't care how. Day 28. We've had to prolong the tunnels even further into the mountain. The front area is already massive. If I only knew what we're doing this for. Okay, 67. I've heard that these orc priests have no hearts, but if that's true, how come they're still alive? Also, I've seen the sword the priests are so afraid of. If I only had it, I'd smack it straight into their bodies. Day 78. The sword is lying in a room in the front part of the temple. It's guarded by a priest. I'm going to flee. I'll leave my diary here. Maybe one day it'll be useful to somebody. So there's a medical sword. Shocking. Amulet of Purification. Protection against fire and magic. Good protection values. Yeah, finally we get to see what ore nuggets look like. Yeah. I just thought it was basically the game's problem in displaying in a modern system, but it's actually a lot of missing um, textures from the game. Because the game looks for them in a place that doesn't basically exist in the game. And so yeah, and it's in a sound folder, which I don't get, which is one of the I guess it sort of makes sense though, not because you want to put your meshes or textures in a sound folder, but because one of the proposed solutions to my earlier basically the game bugging out with the missing file was you can bypass that portion by simply disabling the sound system entirely from the settings, which makes no sense. But if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Because it probably basically stops the folder from being used in any way by the game. It basically stops it utilizing it. So that in that way it's related to the sound system. It's because of the folder structure that is used, not because it has anything to do with sounds. So that's our goal. I guess we're trying to extend this bridge, and we've basically visited one of these places. Yeah. By the way, we opened up a couple of rooms, and I do want to take a look at what the hell did we open up. I wonder if this has anything to do with the Brotherhood rogue. Would we face him before we face whatever's there? It should be one of the shaman guarding some kind of blade, or at least in the blade company. Ocean. Focus, which is what we have. So there's really no point buying it in the first place. Okay, this seems to be an extra area. I did notice enemies here somewhere. Shit. Could I possibly target someone else? So we have 54 skill points unspent. Probably two-handed weaponry, magic to 50 circle could be a thing. We don't, strictly speaking, need too much anymore. So, in a way, the game does provide you enough experience to basically get every vital thing. It just does it in a way that by the time you get it, you probably would have wished that you'd focus on the combat abilities first. So what is this for? Let's see if there are buttons anyway. Yeah, finish it up. This seems to be the fanatics gathering place. Nothing to do with the orcs or the shaman that's still left. There's two left.
You must turn back here! Nobody may disturb the sleep of my master!
Wrong. Your sleeper will be wide awake soon. Damn, I'm not causing the slightest damage. I need another...
Now you will die!
I'd better get out of here fast.
So crap. Okay, that's bad. So we need to get the sword without a doubt. Is it already mentioned in the... Okay. Apparently he doesn't belong to the undead orc shamans. He's more powerful by far and my weapons don't harm him at all. I need a more powerful weapon. So that's what the other areas are for. I need to get the weapon together. Fair enough, fair enough. At least we seem to be reaching the conclusion of this place. I'm just happy about that. What a shame. Not even that damaging. Okay. We need to get inside there to get the weapon, otherwise can't do shit. I don't suppose I could just pass through this. Basically attacking them in the back. That's why they aren't reacting. Demon. Multiple demons. Two-handed weapons shine in these situations where you can't just... These enemies who basically aren't just going to come at you and duke it out, or try to do those hits and runs or something, or protect themselves perfectly from your strikes. So there's no possibility of doing combination attacks really. I think the bridge extend there a bit. Either way, it's clear we have to go run around pushing switches. It's a question of how many do we need to push before we get to the center, get the sword, and put it inside the shaman's belly. Oh look, more demons. Button number 2. Yeah, you're not putting it from the right direction. So, naturally there has to be a third one. Yeah, so it looks like. Always in threes. If it's not a single one, it's usually in threes. What? No two demons here? Lovely. Okay. Oh, music effects and everything. So, one way or another, we can finally put an end to this. Hi, Temple Guard. And then he just jumped into lava, okay. That's another thing the game does, apparently. Wouldn't be my first choice if I was a guard, but I'm not a high temple guard. I don't understand how these things work. A game that has weed function in such a prominent position. Drug use in general, so who knows? Maybe that's the thing to do here. By the way, we're looking for a sword. Blade. Without that, there's no point coming back from here. We are not going to get anywhere. Mortal enemies. Vulnerable enemies. Okay, there's their trap. I just jump over it, or what? Yep.
Your long travel will be over. Your mortal body will burn.
Yeah.
Now I don't really think that's such a good idea.
And then that happened. Storm of fire. Strange sword. I use this? No. Okay, I guess it's the last of the shaman creatures. Okay. Crap. Um, I'm not seeing the blade. It's not a weapon at the moment. It's not a food item either. Ooh, elixir of strength. Ah, bonus for maximum mana. We have 3 of these. Oh, maximum mana boost of 45, really? A mana of 80. Dexterity jump to 33, strength is 138, life 450. Another way that's incredible boost to our attributes. The problem now is, whoops, it was quite a bit more dangerous than I thought, is that I can't use the weapon at the moment, so I'm guessing we're just need to get the hell out of here. The game was pretty clear that I need to retreat from the fight, but we picked up the blade. It's not here. So basically, yep. I don't want to save here. I don't want to leave this place and then find out later that I need to leave. Didn't have to. Guess the Necromancer would be our logical choice to go. Usually the spells don't work underground though. I don't remember where I came in this place in the first place though. Not at all. Well, hopefully this is over. And it would be sort of in line with my expectations, because we just started this chapter, so to basically see an immediate end to it would be quite strange indeed. I just don't recall where I came from. I guess it's this place. Maybe there are other ways to exit this. Either way, we need to go up. I've been here. We've certainly saved if we need to go back. I would like to avoid fighting precisely because of it. I mean, if it's unnecessary, we do have to load. I don't want to spend a huge amount of time here. Crap. Come on, yeah, now the weapons are gone again. Wonder, yeah, now they're back again. I just don't know. We do need to save someplace. Okay. It seems like everything has spawned here at some point. Yeah, I think. Yeah, this seems somewhat familiar. I don't want to go exactly back to nothing. So the exit was quite a bit closer than I thought. Oh, sweet Jesus. Can I end this now? So. Let's see if we did everything right, or do I really need to figure out a way there to make this sword useful? I didn't see anything, and it's not in my weapons at the moment.
I found this strange sword.
Show it to me. That's interesting. It has Eurythiel written on it. I've heard of this sword. It's a weapon from the olden days, when the human race was still young. The weapon was forged from an unknown material, and there's nothing written about who created it. This blade was said to possess unbelievable powers, but I don't notice any magical aura.
Eurythiel possessed unbelievable powers?
It was written that the owner of the weapon was able to pierce the strongest armor, and to overcome even the most powerful of protection spells.
How could the orcs get this powerful weapon into their hands?
It's claimed that the orcs took it from a powerful warlord. They didn't know how to use it, but they did hide it.
But they didn't hide it well enough. Is it possible to restore the former powers of the weapon?
You'd need a very strong magical source of power for that purpose.
You mean strong enough to detonate the magic barrier with?
About that strong. Besides, you'll need a very special magic formula in order to transfer the power. Give me some time, and I'll create the magic formula.
I have found a way into the underground temple.
You have? That's remarkable. You have become very powerful. Stronger than anybody else inside the barrier. Maybe you really are the man the Orcish prophecies told of.
Prophecies? What prophecies?
Ancient Orcish documents written shortly after the sealing of the underground temple mention a holy foe.
A holy foe?
Someone who shall come to drive the sleeper from our world forever.
I am supposed to be the one mentioned in the ancient prophecies? You must be wrong, surely.
Maybe, maybe not.
Meanwhile, I'll be hunting around for better armor. These patchwork minecrawler plates have been pierced too often in the underground temple.
You should go to my old tower.
Your old tower?
It sank below one of the eastern lakes during one of the earthquakes. The spires are still visible above the surface. There are still some artifacts inside it. I never made any effort to salvage them.
How do I get there?
I haven't been there since the earthquake, which means you'll have to find a way to enter it yourself. But take this key. It opens a chest in which I used to store some particularly rare artifacts.
I'm just so goddamn relieved I'll get out of that hellhole. So now we can go swimming in an underground tower because the game does one thing worse than anything else, and that it's the swimming. Well, it's not that bad if we switch around the controls, but it's pretty bad.